You know, Tim, there's an old folk saying, obsessions are like fire and water. Good servants, but bad masters.
It's like Bat Masterson said. You can't get obsessed the way old people drive through water if their servants are on fire.
No, I guess you can't.
See, Tim, the Roman rhetorician Seneca once said, if we let things terrify us, then life is not worth living.
He's okay with it, so am I. Apparently he listened to an old rotary named Sunoco. Said, life isn't really worth living if you have to pay for electricity while you're in Rome.
You know, Tim, the Roman orator Apicus Claudius Caecus once said that every man is the architect of his own fortune.
It's like the Roman guy Apricot said. If you roam around with architects, buy rocks, put them in the sand, and you'll understand.
Let me think about that.
Well, Tim, I'm reminded of what the Chinese philosopher Zhuangzi said. You cannot speak of the ocean to a well frog. You cannot speak of ice to a summer insect.
Well, this ancient Chinese ice cream salesman, Yang Zhu, found that frozen frogs and wet insects couldn't talk because they were cold to one another. If a boulder fell on you, would you ask me for help?
Well, that depends. Are you the reason the boulder fell on me?
That doesn't matter.
Well, it does to me. I'm the one under the boulder.
All right, let's say it's my fault. Wouldn't you be too proud to ask for my help?
Well, why would I be too proud?
Because you're a man.
Well, I guess that would depend on what part of me was crushed by the boulder. Tim, are you speaking metaphorically?
No, I'm just making a comparison. Let's say you couldn't use your hands real well anymore, and I tried to help you out. It'd make you feel like you had no dignity left.
Boulder Dash.
Well, what if you were a tool man like my old shop teacher and me? When we lose our hands, we lose everything.
Tim, there's a lot more to a man than just his hands. You have to look at his gestalt.
It's a good way to get a black eye in a locker room.
No, Tim. Gestalt is a psychological term meaning that the whole is more than the sum of the parts.
You know, if a boulder falls on you, society likes to pour gestalt on your wounds. What are you talking about?
Well, Jill, when parents are having problems, it's natural for a child, regardless of age, to want to help.
Did you hear that, Tim?
On the other hand, it's perfectly natural for parents to not want their children's help.
You hear that, Jill?
Look, listen, what are you saying? What am I supposed to do about my parents?
Well, I can tell you what they do in the Nuer tribe in Africa. They bring in a wise member of the tribe, usually an older Nuer, who helps counsel the disputing parties and helps them resolve their differences.
So what I need is an objective third party.
Exactly.
I'm an objective third party like the African manure tribe.
What the hell are you talking about?
You know, I'm reminded of what Wally Schirra, the astronaut, said. You don't raise heroes, you raise sons. But if you treat them as sons, they'll turn out to be heroes, even if it's just in your own eyes.
I'm reminded of what the great astronaut Wally Cleaver said. You can't expect your son to do his homework and eat a foot-long hero without Prussian dress.
What?
You wouldn't have a problem if you were an African buffalo weaver.
No kidding. I'd be an African weaving a buffalo.
No, Tim. See, the buffalo weavers are birds who nest communally. Then when the nest is damaged, instead of one bird spending months trying to fix it, 8 to 10 birds working together can rebuild it in no time.
Perfect. I just got to find a sparrow that spackles, a duck that can drywall, and use some plaster of parrots. That's because we're like sparrows that can spackle from buffalo.
What?
Well, Tim, this brings to mind the great Buddha.
A cheese.
That's Gouda. I'm talking about Buddha, the prophet. Even though I've always considered him a pretty big cheese. Anyway, Buddha says that men are conquerors if they have conquered the intoxications of temptation.
It was like the first time that guy Buddha sold his first naked cheese.
How can you feel anything but pity for a man like this?